Good morning everyone, I'm writer Coach Tony and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to discuss an answer to a question that was posed to me by a person who is following my channel. No? So his name is Christopher Ebit and he has a question about self-administered surveys. So his question is, "Hi Coach Tony, I've watched some of your videos on YouTube on thesis writing tips and I found them very helpful. I have a question I hope you can answer for me because I can't find an answer on the internet for this. The question is how to test the reliability and validity of a self-administered survey. Under what validation procedure does it fall? I hope you answer this at your earliest convenience. Thank you so much in advance, Coach. Have a great day. Regards, Christopher." So anyway, sorry for the delay. He wrote 3 days ago, so only now that I was able to answer. So hopefully I can send you the video immediately, Christopher. So first of all, to tell the viewers what a self-administered survey is. So and I want to make a disclaimer. I've only worked on a few self-administered surveys. Most of the surveys I have asked students to validate and test for reliability are normally those with Likert scales, no? Because I prefer those because it's easier to. I think it's, for me, statistics is using those types of questionnaires makes my life easier. That's what I use. But sometimes there are studies which has to use self-administered surveys since it allows them to get more information. No? So self-administered surveys kasi are either closed-ended questions or open-ended questions. So closed-ended means yes or no, true, false, or then open-ended are the most difficult ones kasi the respondents can give a whole range of answers, no, which you have no control over. So for me, when I do a study, I prefer more control on the variables rather than just allowing the respondents allowing them to have no leash, no, on what they could answer. Because sometimes there'd be answers which are out of the. You have to decide whether some of these answers can contribute to the study or these are just out of the blue answers. But you have to mention them because, especially if the respondents have this background to really answer those questions. So anyway, yes, there is a way. Actually, you measure the reliability and validity the same way as you do other tests, no? Again, so if you have the survey, you get 10 people. Usually use just 10, let them answer, and then what you do, you have to take note of the answers, no? Since there's no numbers, no statistics to it, you have to take note if how many said yes, how many said no, and then for the open-ended questions, you have to take note of all the answers they gave. And then if you can, let's say if 7 said they go to, like, if 7 had similar answers, you can count them, no? And then so list all the answers to the open-ended questions, and those who have similar answers you marked. Kasi normally there would be several people giving similar answers, no? So out of 10, maybe 4, maybe 5. So with that will be the foundation of your initial test for reliability and validity. Then what you can do is, if you cannot wait, usually after 2 weeks, you can test the same group. But for me, I think another option I can give is you test it on another similar group of people, no? Let's say if you're testing it on grade 7 students, you test it on another group of grade 7 students with very similar characteristics. So for example, maybe they're in the top 20, or they're all female, or 5 male, 5 female. Just make sure that the two respondent groups are similar, no? Para, and of course, they should be part of the respondents that you want for that study. So parang kumukuha ka lang ng, you're just getting a sample from your respondents, no? So usually after 2 weeks, you get another group of people, separate, different group, then answer the same questions, and then you compare the answers, and if you can use, usually use correlation, no? The correlation formulas, the Ttest. Usually I use a Ttest, it's the easiest, to find out if there's a correlation between the two results, no, of the answers of the two groups. If it doesn't vary too much, that means your questions are reliable and valid, no? So just use a Ttest, no, to measure if there's a variance between the two groups, no, the two similar groups, and then you have a range kasi in the Ttest answer. There's a range. If God forbid one of the questions goes out of the range, then you have to redo that question. Otherwise, if all the questions you gave fall within the Ttest, you know, the area where where it says it's reliable and valid, then your questionnaire is good to go. Does it happen that sometimes there are test questions? Yes, once or twice, no? 1 or 2. Usually it's the way you phrase the question. That's why for me, it's very important for students to know how to frame questions and how to make sure that none of the questions kind of repeat each other. And of course, make the questions also not make it monotonous, no? So in other words, there are positive questions, there are negative questions, to throw the respondents off guard, to not put them in any rhythm, you know, because their goal is for them to really, are they really reading the questions, or are they just going through the motions? So anyway, that's another discussion on how to make a questionnaire. But yeah, that's what you essentially do. Get 2 groups. One group is like this week, another group is maybe 2 weeks from now. Then compare if you have no time, I think you can do it like Monday, then do it on Friday on the other group, and then find out if there's a difference between, if there's, using Ttest, if their answers still fall within the accepted range of correlation. So most of the time they should fall, especially if the group of responses you took are similar. Yeah, it only becomes a problem if the respondents you want is so diverse, no? It's so diverse. That could be a problem. But that could be a problem. Otherwise, if your questions are well structured, very clear, then they really answer what your statement of the problem is, then I think you should have no problems, Christopher. So I hope with that I was able to answer your question. Just use one of the correlation tests. They're very easy to use. You can always use the software. We have many software. Usually I use the old style way. I was weaned on SPSS and Excel, so I even use Excel sometimes because it's something I'm comfortable with. It's very easy to get the reliability and validity of the test using the Ttest if you use. No? So I hope with that Thank you, Christopher, for your question. I hope I was able to answer your question. If you have any more questions, please feel free to write me again. And good luck on your study, on this study. I hope you get a solid result, which you can present to your university. So with that, thank you very much. I hope you please subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Bye.